couple of you asked for a video of the Podio setup and how the layout looks. This is basically the workspace that you work out of. It's an organizational workspace. It's got the typical seller leads, property, appointment, offer, whiteboard, and sold. These would be the 5 that you would work through on a daily basis. When you have a buyer that you're working with, all your buyers go into this app right here. And those are the main apps that you'd be working out of. Title companies, we will add our title companies into this app. That allows us to see which ones are performing the best and the fastest for us, so we can kind of weed out the ones we're having issues with. Team members app will allow you to add an acquisition, disposition, or marketing guy, and then you tag the items because it's a relationship field throughout the seller lead, property, appointment, offer, whiteboard, and sold. There's a spot in there to tag them, and this allows you to see who's working each lead. Mail tracker, you can see right here, it's got the report. It's going to track the last 7 days, the last 30 days, and then your monthly count of mail that you've sent out. You're basically adding a new item, putting in the amount that you sent, the date, how much you spent, and then usually I'll do a picture of the item that you mailed out, the postcard or letter. And then you can tag it against a campaign that you mailed out to. This one right here is your seller campaign app, and that'll give you the tracking such as response rates, conversion rates, return on investment, and show you which campaigns are producing the best for you. I'll actually go into that in a little bit and show you exactly what it looks like when it's populated. That is done automatically. As a lead is pushed through the process, it automatically creates the calculations. Buyers got the exact same setup, so you can kind of see when you're mailing out to your cash buyers what kind of response rate you're getting, and that's what that's tracking over here. I'm going to go into the seller lead. So this is the layout of the seller lead. When a new item or a new call comes in, a seller lead is created. It is always checked to make sure that there is not a duplicate already in there. If it's been created, it'll simply update and tell you that they've called in again. If it's a new one, it creates a new seller lead. If it's a missed call, our automation is set up to text back and let them know that we've missed the call. Please provide an address and we will call back when we can. You can see that there is a text follow-up that we set you up with as well, and it'll text out. If it's call rail, it's from the Globiflow phone number. You just go ahead and put your call rail phone number in that text, and it'll automatically text out a follow-up to your seller for 12 months. Property app. If a seller has not already been created, when a new seller lead is created, it automatically creates a new property. The other option is in the seller lead, there's a button to be able to click to create a new property. So this allows you to have your seller with multiple properties, and they'll be tagged against just the one seller. So when you're doing that automated follow-up and or contacting the seller, it's doing it only once because it's all done in the seller leads area. Show you what the property app looks like. So you're going to have your seller lead right here. It'll tell you who it's tagged against, your team member, whether it's acquisition, disposition, or marketing. You can go ahead and tag. And your date field will automatically be populated. And this is basically where the process starts. It's going to be in the property app with no contact made initially. You'll call them back and go through this questionnaire, seller questionnaire. Fill out all the information right here. And we typically get the mailing address off of the county tax website by breaking it out like this right here, and the property address broken out like that right there. When we push it forward into the offers app, it allows you to send an offer or a PDF offer, letter of intent, to LOB because it's broken out like that. And from the properties app, you would simply go ahead and click the next action. So if you're able to get a hold of them and set an appointment, click set appointment. It'll send it over to the appointments app and create an item. Once it comes back and it's marked complete, it'll come over here and let you know it's been completed. If you need to submit an offer to them because they didn't accept the one when your person on the ground was out there, you can go ahead and create an offer right here, and that'll allow you to mail out letters of intent in that app. Once it's under contract and they've signed the contract, you push it to the whiteboard by clicking under contract. And then once it's sold at the end, you'll send it to your sold app, and it's going to allow you to basically track each campaign throughout this process to let you know how many offers, how many contracts, how many sold properties came from each campaign that you mailed out to. So we'll go into the appointment app real quick. It's going to push through the property and seller's information, as well as creating the date. You'll go ahead and put in an appointment date, who set it, who's going. The appointment will be set for appointment set when it first comes in. Once it's been complete, the person on the ground would click appointment completed, and it'll update that property that is tagged against this. The type of person, if you're familiar with Sean Terry stuff, this is kind of what that is. Tax assessment, if you put in the tax assessment amount in the property app, it pushes it into this area as well for your person on the ground to know roughly what their tax assessment was, what the probability is, what type of outcome came from it, and then our notes. Any notes when the call was taken for the person on the ground going on the appointment, we want to provide them with our notes. So in our offers tab, if we're going to submit an offer after we've been out there because they didn't accept the original one, you would select a team member that it's assigned to, usually acquisition. This would already be the property item tagged against it. Seller's information will come forward from the other apps that you are already in. You can see it's going to populate a map address, street view, and then our status. Now, if you have a market like mine where you can get away with most of the time using Total View, RealQuest, Zillow Sold, and eAppraisal, these links will automatically be created based off of the address that's put in the map field above. So if you click these, it will automatically go to that property, and then you or your VA can put in the dollar amounts right here. Take the three lowest dollar amounts, put them right here. It'll do an average. Now we put the square footage in the property app, it pushed it forward. We assume $10, $15, and $20. If you hit any of these buttons, it'll multiply the square footage and tell you a price estimated for repairs. Wholesale fee of roughly $10,000 is the default. 70% or 70 cents on the dollar is the default, but any of this can be changed by clicking in the field and then hand typing it. This market just happens to be that this is what is the norm and what works. Type in the actual cash offer, and from this, when you click to create a PDF or a letter of intent right here, it'll pull in that dollar amount. Click this button and it'll send it off to Lob, and we can basically set yours up to not only do wholesale cash offers but seller finance, both principal only and interest only type payments, and then you can do the multiple 3-letter of intent offer right there. And again, it pushed the address information forward from the property app, and that lets it go and push into Lob. You now have it on the whiteboard because it's under contract. And this is what it looks like on the whiteboard. So it'll be under contract, looking for buyers, and you go through the steps of getting the contract pushed through to the correct people to your title company. What type of deal it is assignment or double close. Fill out all this information. One thing is in your buyer's app, you'll list out the zip codes that your buyers are interested in, the automation in the back. If you click this button, it's going to search for buyers that were interested in the zip code that the property is under contract of. So it'll tag all of those buyers, and then you can click this button to send out a text to those buyers. And whatever you type in this additional details box will get texted to your buyers. And you can do an email as well. So if your buyers have an email assigned to them, you can just click this button. It'll send an email with property details that's under contract. Now, once you have one that is sold, it's pushed to the sold app. And this is basically, most of this is pushed forward. The only thing that you're really filling in the sold app is the buyer that actually purchased it right here, cash buyer relationship. So now we're looking at the seller campaign layout and the way the campaigns will track and provide reporting on how they're returning investment. So we have one here of a vacant list, and it was direct mailed. Total cost of marketing currently spent just under $300. We've had roughly 600 items that were sent out. One person was wanted to be removed from the list. 13 people basically didn't qualify for what we're looking to do. Based off of the number of seller leads, we have a 4.2 response rate. We've got 16 offers out, 5 appointments, 2 under contract, and 2 sold. From those 2 solds, total revenue of $8,300. This specific market, I am teamed up with somebody, and we split 50-50. So this actual marketing brought in just under $17,000, but this is my take from it. So the average profit cost per lead is right at $11.90 per lead that we talk to, and we're converting 8% right now. Marketing ROI, so 2,800% return. So for every dollar spent right now, because $300 has been spent, and on my side, $8,000 some dollars returned. For every dollar spent, $28 is the return. So this is what you're going to see calculating automatically as the leads are pushed through the process of those different 5 items or 5 apps. These are automatically generated as long as you fill out the information through those apps, and we can talk about that, what's required in those apps at another time. So one of the things that happens by filling out the leads information throughout the process is you have reports that are on your activity main area of the organization. So these reports kind of tell you what's going on. You have your monthly mail sent, your yearly and monthly leads. So this is going to tell you by campaign where your leads are coming from. So monthly, it'll do you a count. Each campaign will be listed here. And then yearly, it's going to go ahead and count out how each campaign is performing. So every month this zeroes out, and on the first you'll start off again each month. But this over here is keeping a tally. As you create items in your appointment app and set the appointment date, it's going to go ahead and calculate how many appointments you did per month. Offers, same thing. So as you create offers, it's going to go ahead and tell you by month on the date that it was created how many offers were sent out each month. Contracts, as a whiteboard item is created, the date is looked at, and it's calculated by month how many are done, by month how many are closed. Sales status, so it's going to let you know how many you've got that closed, how many are looking for buyers, how many are dead that didn't go through. Pipeline, any that you have on the whiteboard that are either looking for buyers, they're in escrow, or because some guys buy and rehab them, we do have a third category where they've bought it and it's currently pending to be sold on market. So the pipeline report will tell you what pending revenue you have out there. Monthly revenue, as an item is pushed to the sold app, it's going to look at the revenue created, and it'll put you here and let you know monthly how much revenue was created. And then overall annually, it's going to calculate and tell you how much was created. Acquisition cycle, we can do a few different things with this calculation. We can either set it up so that it tells you your cycle time from the lead created to the sold date, or we can do from the date that it was on the whiteboard to the date that it was sold, so you can kind of see where you need to reduce your time in contract to sold date. That is the basic layout of the different apps. The automations that are included is basically it's going to be able to push all your calls into the seller leads area. If it hasn't been already a call that came in or the phone number doesn't exist, a new item will be created, new property will be created. If it was already in there, it's going to update and let you know they called again. Missed calls will get text message sent to them, and we have the ability to do auto follow-up by clicking a button, sending out text. You're going to have the campaigns automatically calculating your returns, your conversions, response rates, and your marketing return. You can see that we also have the MLS offers ability in listing agent. So if you're looking at doing MLS offers, let me know, and that's something we can additionally include. Typically not included in the base setup, but is something that we can do. If you got questions, reach out to me and we can talk a little bit further, but this does most anything that you would need. And right now we've got people that are using it that are doing easily 10 to 15 deals a month. So, you know, it'll fit the need for most people, and with an upfront fee, it's taken care of, and it's not doing a monthly fee that's nickel and diming you every month. If you got questions, reach out to me.